Hey, welcome back to Survive Outdoors. Today we are going to address spider bites. Those creepy crawly spiders that vast majority of people don't like. I'm going to give you a few numbers here. 1,045,000, 12, and 2. Approximately in an acre of land there's 1 million spiders on average. There are 45 to 46,000 different species of spiders, and there's only approximately in the whole world a couple dozen, 12 to 24 venomous ones that can be dangerous to humans, and I use dangerous somewhat tongue-in-cheek. We're going to talk about that. And in the United States there's only two, the widow and the brown recluse. Now, before you start typing down there and saying, oh, but what about the hobo spider on the West Coast? Well, we'll get to that, and I will discuss that briefly. And today we're going to talk about the misdiagnosis of spider bites, and down the road we're going to have videos on the black widow and the recluse specifically. So what happens is human beings, for the most part, are very scared and anxious of spiders, snakes, things that they don't know, they don't understand, or they're afraid of due to the combination of poor teaching, parenting, media. My God, they are exterminators. Orchid and some of the other guys out there, if you just Google hobo spider, what you're going to find is how to get rid of the hobo spider and other aggressive spiders, implying the hobo spider is grossly aggressive. It's a fast puppy, I'll tell you that. You can do 3 feet in about a second. But as far as the dangerousness of that, not really. So in the 40 years that I've been practicing medicine, I've had 2 documented spider bites. 2. One was a brown recluse bite. The person was camping in extreme southern Illinois and drove back up to our clinic, and they actually rode over and brought pieces of that spider in. And the second one was a jumping spider that the person was playing with, so that's a documented. Got a little honeybee. Awesome, was trying to say hi. The other was a jumping spider, and it just made a little red mark, and within 2 days it was gone. Not an issue. Those are the only 2 documented spider bites. There is the only way that you can document an actual spider bite is if the person sees the spider bite them or they bring in the spider parts. And if they do, you can take put those parts in 70 to 80% ethanol. A lot of the local museums have either an entomologist or an arachnologist on staff, and they will identify it. So what are most of the alleged spider bites that people say they have? They're usually in either an abscess or a cyst. And a cyst is a sac-filled raised area on the skin, like a sebaceous cyst, where our pores get clogged over time with dirt, sweat, builds up, it gets this, this white kind of cottage cheese material, if you will. And if you ever watch Dr. Pimple Popper, you would see tons of sebaceous cysts that were incised and drained. Sometimes those get red and hot, and people swear they have a spider bite. The other is an abscess, a regular skin abscess, and those are either staph or strep. And those we incise and drain, and we pack them and treat them. But I'm here, and MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staph aureus. After we culture these, we want to make sure it's not MRSA, because it's usually only reactive to a couple antibiotics, Bactrim and clindamycin these days, and some are becoming more resistant to Bactrim. So the abscess, when people have it in their heads that this is a spider bite, some of them you cannot convince them it's not. It's just not going to happen, and it's not worth even arguing. I just do the best I can, and that's about all I can do. So I would say, well, 40 years, on average 50 patients a day, over 40 years, 2 documented spider bites. So the big misdiagnosis is abscess and cysts. Also, if you have multiple bites, I've had people come in, look, the spider bit me. No, if you have multiple bites, it's not a spider. the other thing I wanted to mention is that if any clinician out there watching this, the things that I want to know when someone comes in and they really are convinced it's a spider bite, I want to know where they were at geographically. Have they gone on any vacations? What time of the day? Was it in the day or night? There's a doc on YouTube that his wife allegedly got a brown recluse spider bite, and she was working in the garden. Guarantee you, it was not a brown recluse spider bite. In the daytime, working in the garden. It really never had the derm necrosis either. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But anyway, I don't know where they were at, what time of day they were at. Was it daytime or evening? What was the reaction? And how quick did the reaction occur? Have they had any new shipments to their house? Fruit baskets? Is it new construction? Did new lumber get brought in from Texas or Kentucky or Tennessee? You know, all of those are really important in getting the history. You got to do a little CSI here, investigation, to try to determine, is it possible that this really could be a spider bite? As far as the venom goes on these spiders, we're talking about the black widow being a neurotoxic, and briefly a person will come in with like an acute abdomen, almost like an appendicitis. They're going to be nauseous, and they're going to be sick, and they're going to be in pain. There is an anti-venom for that, and we're going to get in more detail on our Black Widow video. The brown recluse, it's a peptide and protein venom. It's necrotic to tissue, mostly adipose fat tissue. So you get a dermal necrosis, and of course the internet puts on all kinds of abscesses. If you punched in spider bite and looked at images, 90% of those, probably 98%, are not spider bites. So, spider bites. The spider, grossly misunderstood, a real shame. They kill more insects than bats and birds combined. People are scared to death of them. I feel it's kind of our responsibility to educate individuals, and hopefully they can eventually, we can save some of these little guys, maybe over time. It's going to take a while because the fear is so ingrained. If you like what you heard and you learned something new, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Keep us up here on YouTube. Till next time, keep your eyes on the horizon, your face to the wind. Stay safe. Take care.